Hey everybody, I wanted to pop on here. I think it was last week I did a whole series on the chakra system. So I wanted to come in here and give a little overview of the core wounds and your chakra system. So core wounds are, I believe, part of your soul map. Your soul, before it comes down into human form, designs a plan for you, for your soul to grow and evolve. And through your life experiences, through your traumas, through your big traumas, your little traumas, those create core wounds, which are your existential issues that you will be working on in this lifetime. Sounds a little daunting. Could be, and it's also an amazing tool to use when you are in those hard transitions and phases in your life. And so the chakra system, super high level, essentially are they're energy systems in your body, energy centers. And the cool thing about it is biologically, they are nerve clusters that are in your body. So your nerves run down your brain stem, down your spine, and they cluster in certain areas along your spine, and then they move out into certain areas of your body, which connects the mind-body connection. And it also holds emotional, psychological, and spiritual information for you. And so the first chakra is the root chakra at the base of your spine, and the core wound there is rejection. Okay, so it is the goal, or the transformation is about safety. So if you think about, like, when you're born, you are immediately rejected, right, from the womb. You are disconnected from your safety. And so it is a core wound in that first chakra. It's all about rejection. And so the healing there is about telling yourself that I am safe. Okay? As we move up, the second chakra, the sacral chakra, which is about 4 fingers below your belly button, is the abandonment wound. And a lot of empaths, a lot of deep feelers, just a lot of people who get into relationships have a fear of abandonment. I'm not lovable. I'm not worthy. A lot of the people pleasing and overgiving tendencies live in the second chakra and in this core wound of abandonment. The looking externally for to others to fill you up. Hi, everybody. Is part of that wound. And so the healing and the transformation in the second chakra is actually reclamation. So you want to reclaim that internal power that you can fill yourself up and not look externally for others to fill you up. And stay tuned, because I'm going to do a whole thing on, like, empty bucket, right? So if you are looking to others or other people, other things to fill you up, you are going to have a hole in your bucket that no matter how much love, attention, caring, validation you get from another person, if it is not coming from inside of you, all of that love and attention and caring is going to fall out the other end. So you got to look and go, let me look at this abandonment wound and do the deep inner work to heal it, heal that inner child that is crying out for love and attention and caring, and then fill yourself up with that love. And then, amazingly, you start to attract healthier experiences and relationships in your life. And so you want to reclaim the fact that you are the one that's going to fill you up and not look externally. The third chakra is all about the wound. The core wound is disempowerment. and victim energy. And the transformation and the healing is about empowerment. And so again, it's like when, how is life happening to me? And so if you've been following me for a while, that's like a key statement of, okay, not why is life happening to me or why is this experience happening to me, but why is this happening for me? What is that soul lesson in this tough experience that I need to learn and grow from? And when you change those two words, 2 to 4, your entire life trajectory starts to shift. So that is the third chakra, which is your solar plexus. It's also where your inner child lives. And so when you hear people say, I'm going to trust my gut, always trust your gut, I want to challenge you all, because when you're feeling from that space, oftentimes it is that wounded inner child that is telling you, oh, this ain't safe. Don't go here, right? And so it's muddled with a lot of unhealed ego work. And so we often actually want to trust our intuition, which is your third eye, which we will get to in a minute as I move up the chakra system. So again, the transformation, the healing of that core wound of disempowerment and victim energy is doing the healing work so that you can feel empowered. So this, as I'm going through this, I want you to think about which chakras and which core wounds resonate with you, or the ones where you're just like, oh, I'm actually absolutely rejecting them. Because if you're also absolutely being like, that's not me, there is also always something for you to look at in there. I wanted to say something else and I don't remember what it was. That's cool though. It'll come back to me or not. The next, so these 3 lower chakras are actually very earth-based. Like they're about safety and community. They're about your relationships with others. They're about your relationships with yourself. And it's and then as you move up into your heart center is where the earth meets your highest self or the universe or your God. And so it is that space where the two meet. What the core wound in the heart is about betrayal, and it is about grief, and it's, it's not safe to love, or I'm going to get hurt. And so it is a very tender place in your energetic, physical, emotional, and psychological bodies. And so the healing there is to move out of betrayal and into trust and unconditional love. In my personal experience, when I lost my son, it was obviously like my heart was shattered, and there was tremendous grief. And through my healing process, part of the greatest gifts is, one, knowing that he's still around, just in a different form, and 2, that ultimate loving detachment, which is a Buddhist philosophy of loving and not holding on and not attaching and creating suffering. So that is what the fifth chakra, the fourth chakra, the heart center, is all about. Moving up, the throat chakra is the next one, which is the core wound is repression. I'm too much. I am silenced. I am going to get shushed, and you're repressing yourself. And so the healing and the transformation is actually full, authentic expression of yourself. And that is what your soul as you came down here to do, right? So I always like to imagine, like, the universe or God or the divine is like a sun, right? And we're all individual rays that flow down, and each ray is a human on this planet. And so when you look at like the sun's rays, you're not going, well, that ray is, I wish I was more like that Ray, or I wish I was more like that Ray. You're not doing that, right? So it's like, be that beautiful, fullest expression of your soul self. And learn how to express yourself. Learn also how to set boundaries and how to say no if something doesn't feel right to you, which is also a full expression of yourself, and honoring you and your needs before giving fully to others. The sixth chakra is the third eye, and the core wound there is confusion. So it's not trusting your intuition. It is, making a decision and then asking 30,000 people what their opinion is about the thing that's going on in your life, and then going, oh wait, no, hold on, but that person said this and the other person said that, and what happens energetically is confusion starts to flow in your mind and in your energy center, and then you can't get clear, and you can't hear or feel or know or trust that intuition, which is your internal compass. It is your soul's GPS that is always going to guide you. And so the transformation and the healing there is learning how to heal that space, and also really learn to quiet down so that you can trust your intuition to guide you. Because if you allow that to happen, then whatever is set up on that path for your soul to learn is going to be in that direction. And so it's about quieting the mind so that you could hear that soft, quiet voice within you that's always there, that is always there to guide you. And so that is your third eye. That's all about the goal, or the healing is intuition. And then the seventh chakra is your crown, and that's on the above your head. And that core wound is all about disconnection. Disconnection to your divine, the universe, God, whatever your highest self, nature, one, whatever you call it. And when we are disconnected to the divine, which is what I call it, and I call it the universe, I call it a whole bunch of stuff, right? Is love. When you're disconnected from your source, you are then disconnected from literally everything else. And you're going to feel disconnected in life, to other people, to experiences, to yourself. And not really understand what that deeper meaning of you as a soul in a human body is about. And so the healing there and the transformation is connection, and at the end of the day, we are all yearning for connection, because as souls, that is part of that process. And so when you look through the chakra system, this is what I was going to say that I forgot earlier, it's almost like a map, and so as we went through here, it's like, okay, this is a map not only of my own world, but like a journey that my soul takes through the chakra system to, I don't want to say achieve enlightenment or attain enlightenment, because I quite honestly believe that we're only fully enlightened at that time of death, because once we are done with our earthly work here in earth school, we die. And we're like, okay, got it, done. I achieved it. And now it's time for me to go, and so it helps you stay on that spiritual and soul journey as you do the hard work of being human, because humans don't learn from really positive experiences, and we don't learn from when shit is really good. We learn from the really tough experiences in life. So I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear which chakra resonated, which one you feel needs work, which ones are you like, oh, okay, I'm pretty good with that one, and drop it drop it in the comments or say, that's me. Or if you know about the colors of the chakra, drop a color of the chakra. So, which by the way, each one is associated to a color of the rainbow. And root is red. Sacral is orange. Got a lot of orange in here. Always doing work on my sacral. Yellow is the solar plexus, which is about empowerment. Green is the heart. Blue is expression. Purple and white. So I'd love to hear from you all. And if you are interested in diving deeper, this is one of the ways I should say that I work with people. And I would love to hear from you. I will talk to you soon. Mwah. Thanks for watching. Bye.